It's the Daily Doug.
Hey y'all, welcome back to the Daily Doug. Thanks for being with me today. My friends, I am in a particular mood today, and that mood is I want to listen to some Rush. So, that's what I'm doing. It's my channel. I felt like getting back to some Rush. We have not listened to these guys since January when we went through all of their Grace Under Pressure album. We did side one on a Friday, we did the other side on the next Friday. Well, the next album on their list in their discography is Power Windows. And we're going to be doing side one today. We'll do side two next Friday. And I'm really looking forward to continuing on in this musical journey with this power trio. I really enjoy their music. I enjoy their sounds, their lyrics especially, and it's always a good time to listen to some Rush, so I am eager to get to some music from them today. With Power Windows, they are releasing their 11th album. They released it in October of 1985. And as I've been going through the band's discography here, especially in the early 80s, I feel like they're in their mature prime. We've been getting albums almost every year, and they're all wonderful. They came out with Permanent Waves in 1980. They did Moving Pictures in 81, Signals in 82, Grace Under Pressure was 84, and now we're getting Power Windows in 1985. And with this album, they are continuing to explore the musical technology that is available to them at the time, including the use of synthesizers, some sampling, and some electronic percussion this time. But as I look here, they don't leave out the human forces either. Besides the members of the band, they've got some strings and a choir that's going to be joining them on this album. That should be very cool. So when I read about the album's background, I saw that Alex Lifeson is actually quite fond of this album for its balance between the keyboard synthesizers and the use of guitar. And he compared it to some of their sounds that they did on Moving Pictures. And that makes me really eager to hear this because Moving Pictures, I think, is my favorite album that I've heard so far from Rush. A very great album. So I'm really excited to hear the sounds on this album. We're going to hear 4 songs today. We start out with Big Money, Grand Designs, and then Manhattan Project, and then Marathon. And that will be all of side 1. As far as a theme or a concept, the songs on the album look like they are focused primarily on manifestations of power. Power Windows, right? And here I was thinking that the album was going to be about cars with Power Windows. Not quite. He's talking about power specifically. And that's something that I think I really want to hear Neil's ideas about because he's pretty darn smart, don't you think? So, as usual, we've got Geddy Lee on vocals. He's on bass and bass pedals and the synthesizers. Alex is on the guitars. Geddy and Alex wrote all the music, and Neil wrote the lyrics. Neil is also on drums, percussion, and electronic percussion. And I'm ready to get going. So, side 1 starts with a song called The Big Money. This is not only the lead track, but it's the lead single from the album. And here it looks like Neil is going to be reflecting on the power of big money. Specifically, it's right in the title, right? And it's in a lot of the lyrics. Big money goes around the world. Big money underground. Big money got a mighty voice. Big money make no sound. Big money pull a million strings. Big money hold the prize. Big money weave a mighty web. Big money draw the flies. Something pushing people around, sometimes pulling out the rug, sometimes pushing all the buttons, sometimes pulling out the plug. It's a pointed point of view, isn't it? So he's looking at the power of big money in our capitalistic society and how it can overwhelm, especially the rest of us, for its own enjoyment and benefit, it seems like. So let us get on the music here and get rolling. This is going to be the first song. It is The Big Money, and it's from Rush. Here we go. Woo! Big sound coming out. And synth. Driven to open up. There was a Monopoly board. I'm looking a little bit at the video here as well. They've got like neon instruments. Really interesting video here. Big money, draw the flies.
Sometimes pushing people around, sometimes pulling up the rug, sometimes pushing all the buttons, sometimes pulling up the plug. It's a power and a glory, it's a war in paradise, a Cinderella story on a tumble of the dice.
It's really cohesive, isn't it? Just a great rock and roll sound. Make a million dreams, big money, spin big deals. Makes a mighty head, spin big wheels. I love this little section here. Kind of feels out of time, but it's right in time too. Great groove. Come back to that. That's a great little lyric there, Neil. See, and there were big synths at the very beginning, and now it's a little bit of a breakdown with Alex. And as always, Neil's kit has so much color in it, doesn't it? It's like he's an orchestrator back there on the drums. I'm really enjoying the video too. I always love it when I can see the people playing their instruments.
It's the power and the glory, it's a war in paradise, a Cinderella story on a tumble of the dice. Big money goes around the world.
I haven't even told you what key I think it's in. It's because they're kind of hiding it to me. It's a little elusive, but I believe that they're in either D major or B minor. And it's Getty's bass just kind of going all over the place. Big Money got no soul. Humans do. Big Money don't. I really love the imagery of the Monopoly board in the video. It's really quite effective. Get it, guys. This is a great song. See, and they introduce this brand new thing, and then they fade out on it. That should have been like a whole section with some solos. Maybe in concert it was, but there it fades out. And off to the races we are. Friends, that's Big Money. Now, I told you that I would come back to these lyrics. In this pre-chorus, they're talking about big money, y'all. Okay, so sometimes building ivory towers, sometimes knocking castles down, sometimes building you a stairway. Okay. Lock you underground. It's that old-time religion. It's the kingdom they would rule. It's that fool on television getting paid to play the fool. It's people trying to gaslight you into thinking that they're not the problem. You know, we all go through ups and downs in life. We go through daily struggles. We go through just life, right? And we have currency. That's how our society works, you know? We use our currency to buy the things that we need to live, to enjoy ourselves, to sustain ourselves, to connect with other people. But when there's not enough and there's a lot getting hoarded by a few, then everything just gets out of whack. And, you know, what? 40 years later, it's as bad as it was back then, if not worse, right? So they're talking about a perpetual issue with how do we, as a society, make sure that everybody has enough to do what they need to do, you know, to get the most out of this life. And it seems like, from Neil's perspective, that big money gets in the way of that. Big money goes around the world, give and take, big money done a power of good. Big money makes mistakes, got a heavy hand, it takes control, it's got a mean streak, and it's got no soul. People, humans, have a soul. Big money is just out for big money, right? Okay, a really pointed way to get started. I love the sound of that one, so let's move on to the second song on the album. This one is called Grand Designs. And as I read through this one, with this song, it looks like Neil is turning his focus to the music industry, specifically criticizing how commercial and superficial that the industry has become. And that's 40 years ago. You know, it's like we should have listened to Neil and Getty and Alex and helped and had them help us solve our issues, so that we're not dealing with the same BS now that we were all the way back then, right? But let's hear how it goes. This is Grand Designs, and it's from Rush. Here we go. Okay. Another synth opening. Got a bit of a reggae sound to it, too. The way the guitar works. Yeah, it does. It takes some time. Down to D, down to A, up to B. Yeah, E minor. So much poison in power. Spirit gets forgotten about. It's like it's a concept album. we move to D. That's a cool synth part.
Static as it seems. We break the surface tension with our wild kinetic dreams. Curves and lines.
So the E, when they're in E, it's E Dorian, right?
Against the run of the mill, swimming against the stream. Life in two dimensions is a mass production scheme.
I'm getting my solfege mixed up. Am I in D or am I in E? Neil's a genius back there. Just bringing us in and out of grooves without really changing the tempo of the subdivision of the song.
Static as it seems. We break the surface tension with our wild kinetic dreams.
So go. Now we're in D. So is the chorus in D and the verses in E? Might be. Yeah. You listen to a song like this, if you would not have told me who it was, you could only guess one band, right? There's nobody else that this could be. This could only be a Rush song. The color of the vocals, the playing of the guitar, the lyrics, the percussion, all of it. They're just so unique, aren't they? Really, really fantastic. So he's talking about the music industry, but it's really talking about nonconformity. You know, he's encouraging us to have courage, to not conform to the norms and the fads that kind of go around us and go with us throughout this life, and not to fall prey to that. Instead, to what do they say? To swim against the stream, right? And to, what's the last bit? To break the surface tension with our wild kinetic dreams. Against the run of the mill, static as it seems, we break the surface tension with our wild kinetic dreams. Good on you, Neil, and the rest of them. It's a great message and a solid tune. I'm enjoying myself, y'all. We move on to the third song, and this one is titled Manhattan Project. Okay? We're talking about some nuclear stuff, y'all. And with the Oppenheimer movie that's come out in the last couple of years, I think I'm a lot more prepared to hear about this work of the Manhattan Project through Neil's point of view. And as I read, Neil really thoroughly researched the Manhattan Project, this topic, and he was really trying, and he struggled with writing the lyrics, and he was especially struggling with maintaining an objective point of view as he wrote the lyrics. He was trying to figure out what his point of view was going to be and what he actually wanted to say. And it took a while for him to get there. But we have the song, and I have not heard it before, so let's get to it. This is going to be Manhattan Project from Rush. Here we go.
Danger. Danger lurks in every corner.
Whoa. Flat 7?
Imagine a time when it all began. In the dying days of a war, a weapon that would settle the scores. Whoever found it first would be sure to do their worst. They always had before.
Yeah, whoever found it first would be sure to do their worst. It was a race to see who could come up with the technology first.
Imagine a man where it all began. A scientist pacing the floor in each nation, always eager to explore. Build the best big stick to turn the winning trick. But this was something more.
That's a really fascinating move that they keep going to. Stays there, goes down by whole step.
The big bang took and shook the world, shut down the rise.
They're in a different spot than where they were for the verse.
Hit everyone when the chain reaction was done. The big shots try to hold it back, fools try to wish it away. The hope will depend on a world without end, whatever the hopeless may say. Imagine a place where
Switches back to where they were. So again, the verse and the choruses are in different keys. A little bit of their progressive roots coming back to fit in here.
to play with the biggest toys, more than they bargained.
Yeah, it was more than they bargained for.
The Big Bang took and shook the world, shut down the rising sun. The hope will depend on a world without end, whatever the hopeless may say.
So that's an F. Goes up to G. And then I think
When it all began, the pilot of Enola gave
A,
the shockwave.
F sharp to G. Bum, bum, right? A, F sharp, C. It goes to C, F sharp to C. So I was hearing that in D, with F sharp being the third, right? And C being subtonic. And then they use that C to flip into D minor or F major. How about that? Beautiful.
Big Bang took and shook the world, shut down the rising sun. The end was begun.
The end was begun and it hit everyone when the chain reaction was done.
Shots try to hold it back, fools try to wish it away. The hope will depend on a world without end, whatever the hopeless may say. The Big Bang took and shook the world, shut down the rising sun. The hope will depend on a world without end, whatever the hopeless may say.
It goes up by step, back from F back up into G, and that gets us into this new key. The key that they started in. It's a fascinating piece. The lyrics are pretty damn amazing, actually. It's more of telling the story than telling what he thinks about it. So that when I was reading into it and it was saying that he was struggling with trying to maintain an objective point of view, I think he wanted to make it more of a history lesson than a emotional response to it. Yeah. In the chorus, the Big Bang took and shook the world, shot down the rising sun. The hopeful depend on a world without end, whatever the hopeless may say. Yeah, he's got a lot of stuff in here. I mean, you could tell he did his research. Imagine a man when it all began. The pilot of Enola Gay, right? Flying out of the shockwave on that August day. All the powers that be in the course of history would be changed forevermore. Yeah. Listen to Rush, learn your history. Good on you, kids. There you go. You know, musically, the thing that stuck out to me the most in there was how they moved from place to place. I don't have my keyboard with me today, so I can't play it, but it felt like they were in D major, but not giving us that chord. It was like a G to an A, and then F sharp to G, bom, 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 bom. And I heard the F sharp not as T to Do to G, but as Mi to Fa, right? And so when we went back to that F sharp chord, and then it resolves by a tritone to C. C is the subtonic of D, right? And so that's a really fascinating departure. It kind of undergirds the calamity with what he's talking about, you know, that complete shift. And then when they get to C, C then becomes subtonic in a natural note within D minor. And then there's a B flat chord, and then C, and then D, and we get into F. And then once we land on F, it goes right back up to G major, and then we're in the original key that we started with. But I think it's just a back and forth between D major and D minor, but a really, really effective way of using those chords within each of those interrelated little keys there, right? Really, really fascinating. You know, I think that this is going to be helpful for me when I hear it for the second, third, fourth, and 10th time. I'll get more and more and more out of it. But so far, these are just rock solid songs, y'all. I'm really enjoying it. So, last today is the last song on side 1, and it's called Marathon. And this one, as I read in, it's about what it might feel to run an actual marathon. Now, you're asking yourself, Doug, what does it feel like to run a marathon? I can't tell you. Can't tell you, friends. My knees will not let me do that. When I was in junior high, I ran cross country, but that's about the extent of my long distance running, friends. But it's not really about the marathon specifically. It's using the context of a marathon as a metaphor for our journey through life, with its ups and downs, with its obstacles. Yeah, hurdles, let's put it that way. And about how we just need to keep taking that next step. Just keep stepping, keep it going so that we can get that much closer to our goal, and just keep on keeping on, right? So let's see what they've got here as we finish out side 1. It is Marathon by Rush. Here we go.
It's not how fast you can go. The force goes into the flow. If you pick up the beat, you can forget about the heat. More than just survival.
So B minor down to A,
More than just a flash.
this time up to D,
More than just a dotted line. More than just a dash.
5, 6, 5, 7, 1. test of ultimate will.
Climb uphill. Got to pick up the pace if you wanna stay in the race. More than my ambition, more than sympathy.
Again, I just love Neil's deft touch on the percussion. Whole different feel halfway through the verse, with just where he puts the accents.
From first to last, the peak is never past. Something always
And we change keys again.
gets in your eyes. One moment high, and
Or did we just go to major?
like a streak of lightning, the flashes and fades in the summer sky.
I don't mind the synths, y'all. I think they're really smartly used.
Others may overload. You can rest at the side of the road. You can miss a stride, but nobody gets a free ride. More than high performance, more than just a spark, more than just a bottom line or a lucky shot in the dark. In the long run, from first to
Yeah.
last.
So they're in B minor and then it switches to B major. It's not really a modulation, it's just a change of scale associated with the same tonic. Right, then it goes back to minor. This is nice. I understand what Alex was saying. There's a really nice cohesion between the guitar and the synths, providing all this color in these instrumental sections. It's like a guitar and a drum solo at the same time. I don't know who to listen to. Y'all are like, listen to it all, though. You can do a lot in a lifetime if you don't burn out too fast. You can make the most of the distance. Endurance. First, you gotta last. Really fun move to B major. There's the chorus. I told you they were gonna have a chorus. There they are in the background. Up a step. Direct modulation up a full step. Flat 7. Gets them back into the original key. Sneaky. Sneaky. That's a great song. That's a great song. All of these are great songs, but that's a great song. come on now. You can do a lot in a lifetime. I'm not done yet. Sorry. It is fading out. Okay. I'm like, is it over? Wow. Okay. So listen to this. Neil outdid himself here, y'all. I love rock and roll that has intelligence to it, you know? And that's one of the main reasons why I keep coming back to Rush and loving them so much, because they're so damn intelligent about their art and about how they put all this together. And in the bridge here, you can do a lot in a lifetime if you don't burn out too fast. You can make the most of the distance. First, you need endurance. First, you gotta last. So the marathon is about just staying steady. Staying steady. You can't accomplish all that you need to if you work and work and work and work and you go too fast and you burn yourself out and you're just sitting there going, and you're just done, right? It's kind of like everything in moderation, friends. Enjoy yourself, get your rest, get your water. If you need it, drink, take your meds, and just put one foot in front of the other. Keep your eye on the prize and do your thing. Do your thing. It's so encouraging. And I especially have needed to hear this particular message because I've really been struggling, especially these last few months, y'all, emotionally. A lot of upheaval. What's going on in the world is affecting me. We've got family issues that are affecting me, and I'm losing a little bit, or I'm having trouble maintaining that focus, right? That not getting too overwhelmed with all of this outside stuff that's that can derail the experience that I want to have, and the work that I want to do, and the wisdom that I want to accumulate, and all of that, right? And so it's just about learning to deal with these stressors and make sure that the folks that are on your team and supportive of you are the right folks. And with that, and with your own gumption and your own determination, you can run that marathon. It really is hitting me today, and I don't know if it's hit you, but I certainly needed to hear that. And what an amazing album, friends. Power Windows. I had never even really heard of the album. I had heard, coming into this, and even starting with, doing some big Rush stuff. They talk about moving pictures and permanent waves and hemispheres and 2112 and even some of the later stuff. But this one kind of has flown under the radar for me. And I decided a long time ago that, with some of these bands, I'm just going to go through the discography and keep going with them as long as I am enjoying their sounds. And with Rush, we've been just going album by album by album by album. And they continue to inspire. You know what I mean? They just continue to inspire. I really love these guys. And it's sad that we've lost Neil and they're not really playing anymore. But the music is there. The art is there. They did the work, and the work lives. And it's there for us to rely on and lean on when we need it. Sometimes you just want to rock out and let some steam off, and sometimes you need the wisdom that the music can help you understand in a way that reading it in a book or watching it on TV just can't quite do in the same way. You know what I mean? Really fascinating. I can't wait to get to side 2, but that's going to be next week. And as I look at the songs on side 2, we've got a song called Territories, and then there's a song called Middletown Dreams, Emotion Detector, and then Mystic Rhythms. another 4 songs that I don't think I've heard. So this entire album will be a first time listen for me, and these first 4 songs definitely were. I need to hear them again because I really enjoyed them, and I think that I really understand what Neil's trying to say to us. And you know, I think the music's really cohesive. I really enjoy their progressive music, their long, flamboyant, theatrical prog music of the late 70s. But these really tightly constructed 5, 6 minute, 4 minute songs are just really spectacular as well. It's a band that can do pretty much anything that they wanted to, right? Great stuff. Well, friends, that is side 1 of Power Windows from Rush. I am very much looking forward to getting to side 2, but I'm going to do that next week. Same time, same channel, be back here, and I will be going through side 2. But for now, that is all for me. I thank y'all for being with me today. Have a great weekend. I've got a lot more coming up next week. But for now, that is all for me, and I will see you next time on another edition of The Daily Doug.
It's the Daily Doug. Welcome to the Daily Doug. The Daily